All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. It would work if I actually unmute myself. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are all doing well. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't really care too much about the preview. I'm actually not even going to do the Chelsea my lineup because I don't know. I don't know who's going to play. I think I can guess, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, there's so much that's happening in Chelsea Football Club at the moment. Look, I don't really care. I really don't care who starts, who comes off the bench. I don't know how much hope that we really have against Real Madrid. The game was lost in the first leg, if I'm being absolutely honest. And to be honest, I'm not sure how much fight we're really going to show in this particular match. But I do want to talk about something very interesting, and I really want to see what you guys have to say about this, because I'm actually quite baffled, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually quite baffled. The sequence of event that took place last night, all the different quotes that's been coming out in regards to our owners, Baghdad Iqbali and Todd Boehly, going into the dressing room and spending more than an hour and, talking, and some bits and pieces of that information has come out. And I want to really focus on that particular topic today and really try and gauge as much from you guys, because it seems to be split. There are a few fans who are actually now sort of giving out the vibe that, no, the owners are doing the right thing. The owners are doing the right thing. The owners apparently went into the dressing room, labeled the season as embarrassing, which is absolutely right. They've done the right thing. It has been embarrassing. But apparently they've singled out a particular player. They've not disclosed who it is. The journalists have not disclosed it. Or whoever the source that the journalists are getting the information from, they've not disclosed it. They've labeled the particular meeting or the owners coming to the dressing room and delivering a message. They've labeled it as weird. These are some of the information that's getting floated around. They labeled the entire situation as weird. And yeah, they've singled out a particular player that was bought in the last, since the new owners have come in, and they've singled this particular player out for heavy criticism, saying that the player is disillusioned and, just causing a bit of a ruckus, I suppose. Then we hear that the owners, Todd Boehly, has actually asked the players that, why aren't you performing based on how much I've paid for you and your reputation? Now, for me, all of this seems crazy. It honestly seems crazy to me. It absolutely baffles me how they can actually approach players based on their price tag. So let's say, for instance, I don't know, Raheem Sterling, 50 million, 300K per week. Actually asking Raheem Sterling, why aren't you performing? I've paid X amount of money and you bring this level of reputation with you. How come that's not getting translated into the field? Now, you tell me, does this sound mad, or this is okay in every level? Because I'm getting some fans actually saying to me, there is nothing wrong in asking that to the players. I'm going to share the particular news with you guys right now. Todd Boehly asked the Chelsea players why they were not performing to the level their price tags and reputation suggested they were capable of. Now, what does that mean for academy players that don't cost any money? What does that mean for players that didn't cost that much in the transfer market. Is that how? Am I losing it? Like, because I need some help from you guys in the live chat. How is this statement from the owners actually seen by certain fans okay to ask a player? How is their level of performance meant to be correlated with the price tag? I know us fans, we think that way. Hey, you cost a lot of money. You should be playing a lot better. Or, well, we expect you to play a lot better. But there's so many other facets that's involved. These players have had to go through a Mickey Mouse season of mediocre managers like Graham Potter and now Frank Lampard. They're now getting branded that they're not fit. Whose fault is that? Several injuries. They're in an environment that's ever changing where people are getting sacked left, right, and center. The backroom staff, the medical staff, the groundsman, marketing department. They're getting bashed left, right, and center in media. They're getting questioned about their mentality on a regular basis. And then these owners come out and say, how come you're not performing? Just because the owners felt the heat from the fans after the Brighton game, the fans were literally over them, were about to jump on them, and then they go and have a conversation like this. Pabujao, Naju, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. Are we so bad that every single team is beating us? Even without a manager, we're not supposed to be here. Reality is, without TT's wins, we are last on the league table. Let that sink in. 11th is pleasing. Look, I have never shied away from saying that players not culpable. Of course the players are culpable. Of course they are. But I don't think they are the main crux. They're not the crux of the issue. They're the manifestation of something even bigger. A player doesn't play well, and we're not talking about one or two players, guys. We are talking about an entire squad. Doesn't that feel a bit odd to you? I can understand if it's 1, 2, 3 players, max 5 players. I can understand that these 5 players are not performing. What's going on? They're key players for us. How is it possible that the entire squad is not performing well? And then we're blaming the players. Surely each and every one of you guys, nearly 200 of you guys are live, and more we'll watch later on. Surely you have to ask the question, how can the entire squad be rotten? There has to be something a lot deeper than that, a lot deeper for these guys to not perform as a unit. Am I smoking? Is my thinking off? I need help from you guys. Diallo, thank you so much for the super chat. You're not losing it. These guys have always been the problem. Their ego will destroy this club. No coach will succeed under the circumstances. And that's the other thing. Even the coaches are not being successful. Even the coaches are not being successful. You have Frank Lampard now saying that the players are not fit enough. So who is that on? That must have been on Graham Potter. Why hasn't Graham Potter got these players fit? And then you see now under Frank Lampard, we barely even create anything. So one manager, at least we were creating stuff, but we weren't scoring. And then this manager is saying that these guys are not fit. But when these players are going to internationals, because most of these players, they go to internationals and they look fit. I don't understand. People saying they're not fit, but they go to internationals and they look fit. People questioning their mentality. The entire playing group. Surely the problem isn't just the players. I wouldn't even say the problem is predominantly the players. Because don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Todd Boehly bought 600 million worth of players. You bought them. You bought them. Your data-driven analytics. And now you're sitting here questioning them. Who's questioning you? Because if you're paying someone handsomely to do a job and they do half-assed job, how would you feel? That's how the Americans think. I mean, okay. And this is the thing. I'm not even shying away. I'm not even shying away that the players aren't culpable. They are culpable. They are. But we're talking about half-assed jobs, right? Okay, let's be a little bit recency bias. Let's bring some recency bias against Brighton. Against Brighton, ladies and gentlemen, 215 plus live right now. Against Brighton, did the players not try? I felt like the players tried. It's just tactically we nowhere near Brighton. Frank comes out and says the basics of football. What basics, man? The players ran. The players showed commitment. I could see. We did the watch along. We were all here. We could see the players were trying. They just got smoked. There was no structure. There was no tactics. Passion and desire go as far. Like, let's say, for argument's sake, I'm a boxer, right? I've got a lot of heart and I've got a lot of passion, but I've got no technique. I could go out there in the ring and try and tango with the best boxer, but without technique, I'm going to get knocked down over and over again. I could possibly get up, keep getting up because I have passion and desire to continue on, but I don't have the technique to get to them. They will keep knocking me out. It's just like that in football as well. Like, these players are good, but they need a good manager as well. Like, this is the modern day football. This isn't like back in those days where you didn't need a great gaffer. Like, the players could just handle themselves. Now managers have gotten smart. Now, because of people like Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp and many other managers, it is a tactical game. It is about tactics. Or else, how do like smaller teams tend to do better? Do you think teams like Brighton, they just do well because of passion and desire? Brighton under De Zerbi is not just passion and desire. Brighton under De Zerbi is more than that. It's tactics. It's buying into a manager's vision, giving them a structure. Come on, man. Top Dog RLG, thanks so much for the super chat. Boehly coming into the dressing room and talking down to players does nothing but undermine the manager. 100%. Honestly, if I'm Frank Lampard, I'm thinking, oh, these guys really don't trust me to do a job. I'd be actually a little bit embarrassed. I understand Roman went and talked as well. That's fine. But I personally don't think this is the time for new owners. This is the time for the new owners to take a seat back. Just step back a little bit and just get us the new manager, man. Start doing the things correctly. Just step back. You don't need to be involved now. You've done a lot of damage. It's clear that you're learning on the job. And that's, as much as I hate it, okay, fine. It is what it is. Don't get involved so much now. You don't know too much about football, if any. Step back, talk to your directors. Why did you have Vivell? Why did you have Lawrence Stewart? Why did you hire Paul Winstanley? You hired Frank Lampard as the interim manager for motivation, yeah? Didn't you hire Frank Lampard to motivate the players? Now you're having to intervene. This is the classic case of intervening. Didn't we hear not that long ago one of the Real Madrid scouts saying that he didn't want to join because he picked up straight away that these owners intervene too much? I don't get it. And you know what the crazy part is, ladies and gentlemen? Nearly 250 people live right now. Some fans actually think this is okay. Some fans actually think this is okay. Some fans are like, why shouldn't they question the players? These players are just getting away with murder. Put yourself in the player's shoe for a second. And I can understand if it's, as I said, 1 or 2 players or 3 players, 4, 5 max. Entire squad is rotten. And who's selecting these? Okay, if you've got issues in certain players, who's selecting them? Managers, right? If you've got issues, for example, if you've got issues with Sterling, wasn't it Frank Lampard that recently said he has always said to his wingers to model their game to Raheem Sterling's game? Raheem Sterling is copping so much heat now. Raheem Sterling is people think this tweet here, and then there's more tweets yesterday, was in regards to Raheem Sterling. I'm so certain Frank Lampard has said many a times, I want my wingers to model their game to Raheem Sterling's. Didn't he say that? All of a sudden, Raheem Sterling is the guy who's destroying Chelsea Football Club. Look at this, Frank Lampard. And then this is even more contradictory. So you have the owners saying that, why aren't you not performing to the level their price tags and reputation suggested? And then you have Frank saying, I'm not questioning the commitment. So Frank's not questioning the commitment of the players. It's easy to get to the point of questioning hunger when there are a lot of factors to get a team playing at its peak. Confidence, physical and tactical nature. We're trying to broach those things together. So Frank here is saying that he's not questioning the commitment. I'm not questioning the commitment of the players. So what is it? You got the manager, interim manager, saying he's not questioning the commitment. And then you've got the owner who's upset because these players are not performing up to their price tag. So what is it? Which one is it? Mikel literally said when players were underperforming, Roman would show up, even Miz said it many times. Yeah. Look, I don't have issues when players are underperforming, but this isn't the case here, right? Mikel's talking about back in those days where there were superstar players left, right, and center. There were big-time players and we had big-time managers. Here we have a situation where we sacked a manager, an elite manager. We brought in a mediocre manager. And then we stuck with that mediocre manager beyond the expiration date. So we've already ruined the mentality of the players. Then we replace the mediocre manager with a one even worse than the mediocre manager, who I personally don't even think is a manager. So in this sense, it's different. It's not the same. I feel like our owners are liable in regards to damaging the players' confidence as well. It's not just the players not rocking up. Because I was responding to someone who said Roman never did it. No, I get it. No, I wasn't having a go at you this time. I wasn't having a go at you. I was just pointing out the whole situation. Todd clearly didn't know that was getting into by buying a football club, and it shows it. This is all the owner's fault. You don't come into football business and fire everyone in less than a year. Roman took over in 2003, gradually phased out the old structure and brought in the new. This is exactly what I've been saying in recent times. I know a lot of people will say, but but a lot of fans were very upset with Marina. A lot of fans were upset with Bruce Buck, and a lot of fans were upset with this, that, the other. Sure, we were upset about certain things, but we didn't want Todd Boehly to come in and just get rid of everyone immediately. We said at least take 6 months, to understand. I don't think the owners took the time to understand. You do need to understand. Even now, they're not understanding, though. Even now, they're intervening. Now, imagine, guys, this is what Todd Boehly said post the Brighton game, right? Todd Boehly asked the Chelsea players why they were not performing to the level their price tags and reputation suggested they were capable of. Now, imagine you were the player. Imagine you guys were the players. 309 live right now. Imagine we were the players, right? All of us, we're the players. We're in the squad. Imagine the owner comes out and talks like this. How do you think you're going to perform against Real Madrid? Tell me. Tell me how you're going to perform against Real Madrid when your owner comes out and talks like that. And who set the price? Did the players set the price? Who asked the owners to purchase these players at such an exorbitant price? Did we as fans ask to buy Mudryk for 100 million? Did we? Did we ask them to buy XYZ players for XYZ amount of money? Like, the players are not setting the price tag. The players are not setting the price tag, are they? Lost words, this Boehly is chaotic mess. He's ruined the reputation of the good coach in Potter. Even the Potter made so many mistakes. I feel sympathy. Working in this environment seems impossible. I said this the other day, and a lot of people were having a go at me that, oh, now you feel sympathy. I've always kept it balanced that, look, he was definitely out of his depth, but at the same time, I think we contributed that as well. We didn't make the environment easy for him. It's the honest truth. If Marinas stayed, Lukaku would have been with us this season. Would that be okay? Means now, see, but you're making an assumption here, right? Maybe he would have, but I think he probably wouldn't want to because Lukaku was very determined to leave. Now, if Marina just forced him to stay, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it would have been 100%. We can't sit here and say 100% Marina would have kept him. I'm not sure if that's the case. It's a good probability, but it's not 100% sure. And in any case, Shubra, we ended up sacking Thomas Tuchel, right? So maybe Lukaku would have had a chance with Potter. Do you know what I mean? Looks like the owners were very early in determining to get rid of Potter, Tuchel anyway. But I'm in the belief that he would have gone anyway because he didn't want to stick around. They don't realize they are the cause because they think they spend money, then everything works. They compare this to the American sport. They don't know how important the manager role is in football. Yeah. Now, I'm not making assumptions. Credible Journo said it. This Lukaku thing is the reason Marina got the sack then and there. Otherwise, she would have stayed until the end of the transfer window. But okay, fine. But who makes the calls here? Like Marina ultimately needs to listen to Todd Boehly's final words, right? So she could ask to keep him, but if Lukaku doesn't want to stick around, I'm pretty sure Todd Boehly. And in any case, Lukaku is not the problem now, is he? Had he stayed, who cares? We've got bigger issues now. Like, let's just say he did stay. Then what? It seems like we have far bigger issues now anyway. I just wanted. Personally, I don't think it was wise to just get rid of everyone. I think you could have kept them for at least 6 months just to understand the situation. It was detrimental. It was detrimental for the new owners not to have anyone around them. They should have waited until they got director of football and this, that, the other. They should have waited until they had the footballing people coming through. By the time the footballing people came along, these guys have made some unbelievable decisions. I'm not even defending GP, but he came in, went on a winning run, then injuries derailed, then this board signs an entire new team, which means he had to integrate injured players and new players. Clowns. No, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Some of the stuff that I was seeing yesterday was mad, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the stuff that I was seeing was incredible. In the Todd Boehly and Iqbali dressing room meeting, it was understood that one senior player signed for a large fee in the past 12 months was singled out for heavy criticism. That player, whose identity is not being disclosed, is believed to be disillusioned with the situation and cut a disgruntled figure in training. It's mad. It's actually mad. And then now we have fans getting mad at Kepa. I don't know what this guy did wrong. I seriously don't know what this guy did wrong. All he said was, I think it's a very positive season for me personally. I think the last 2 seasons I played 15 games per season. Now I'm playing more. I'm playing well and full of confidence. And then he goes on to say, but the season as a whole has not been good, has been crap. But now people have a problem with this guy saying what he said. Look, I know this guy isn't a fabulous goalkeeper. I completely understand. But some people are just hating on this guy just for the sake of hating on him. What he said was factual. He is having a good season personally. He hasn't played that much for the last couple of seasons. Personally, he is having a better season. Overall, is he good enough for us? Probably not. But from his perspective, he's having a better season than the previous 2 seasons. He said nothing incorrect here. He does go on to say the team as a whole have not been good though. But nah, the fan base has a problem with this as well. The fan base has a problem with Kepa. Why did he say he's having a good season? Why did he say he's having a good season? Personally, he is. They don't understand football, lol. The fact that they ask players why they aren't performing purely based on their price tag shows they don't understand this isn't FIFA, just spend and win. It's actually mad. It's actually mad. Kepa is an easy scapegoat, yep. Get Boehly out going to ringing and round Stamford Bridge tonight. Trust me, all you're going to hear. Yeah, let's finally wrap things up and talk about this particular match. Smash the like button, guys, as soon as you've come through. Let's get those likes up to 100. Look, it's not too much to talk about the match, man. I don't really expect too much. I feel like the match was already finished in the first leg anyway. I'm not going to do my lineup because, to be honest, I don't know who's going to play, and I'm not sure if the players are really going to put up anything. Not just that. On top of that, I'm not sure what tactical masterclass Frank has installed. So far, Frank is only talking about passion, desire, and basics of football. Apparently, he watched the Real Madrid game last season, both the Real Madrid games and this season, obviously this one. Let's see what he has in store for us. They're asking the players why they aren't winning, but sacked a win now manager, then signed a long-term manager, then sacked him, then signed the worst manager in our history and expected results. This is the thing, Galaxy FC. This is the thing. These owners, and then they think, what's wrong with these players? You've destroyed these players. You've destroyed the football club. Some people are saying, Miz, just stay patient. They will turn things around. Of course I'm patient. What other options do I have? What other options do I have? What other options do we have? Nearly 350 of you guys alive. Of course we're going to stay patient. And of course we're hoping that these owners change things around. I don't want this doom and gloom forever. I'm hoping that this doom and gloom is not there next season. Of course. But they do need to start making the right decisions. Stop getting involved. Let the footballing people, let the directors run the show. You see from afar. You see from afar. Do you know what I mean? Because what's the point of having all of these directors if they're intervened? Exactly. I feel they don't have freedom, but if the board as well made the transfer decisions, even they are responsible. It's mad. Look, in regards to this particular match, I don't really have too much expectation. I'm going to be doing a watch along, so do make sure you guys are all here for the watch along. Advaid is in the house. He's loving life. Advaid most likely are going to make it to the Champions League semi-finals. Potentially it's going to be Man City. I don't know. Can we expect a fight from our team at home, in front of the home team, maybe in front of the home crowd? I'm hoping. I'm truly hoping. I'm not banking on it. I'm not going to wager my house on it, but I'm hoping that we can put up a fight. Real Madrid are 2-0 up. They don't really need to do much. We definitely cannot play the three at the back today and wing backs and three in midfield with two non-strikers up front with João Felix and Sterling. We definitely cannot play that manner at home. We have to be far more aggressive, far more attacking. And that's perfect for Real Madrid to pick us up. With their kind of players that they have with Modric, Vinicius Jr., Benzema. Counter-attack, don't be surprised if this is a bit of a thumping. The game is in their hands. It's perfect for them. We need to go out there. We need to score 2. They don't really need to force the game at all. I'm thinking we'll have to push hard. We have to kind of throw the kitchen sink, and that's perfect for Vinicius Jr. Now, who's going to mark Vinicius Jr.? Last week, whoever marked, whether it was Reece James, whether it was Wesley Fofana, both got skinned. Both got skinned. And then, someone like Benzema, so ruthless up front. And then Frank will come post-match saying players didn't give their best. Footballing basics. The footballing basics weren't there. TC, thank you so much for the super chat. Miz, hope you're well. Ramadan Benz is bending us over. Hope you're doing well as well, my man. Ramadan Kareem Benzema, yes, he will bend us over. So yeah, we're going to wrap things up. Graham Potter said never wanted Mudryk, but Todd Boehly hijacked the deal. Yeah, these are the things. Like, who's making these calls? Please just let me see Eden Hazard get minutes. Want to see him play against at the bridge. That's all I want. You know what? Maybe Ancelotti might do that because they pretty much got this tie in the bag, right? So it'll be good to see Eden Hazard. I think Ancelotti might give it a shot. The way I see it this season is 70% on the owners, and then the other 30% is on our attack, missing so many chances. Those two issues have conspired to ruin the season. Agreed. Yeah. You watch these match fans explode once we go out tonight. Yeah, embrace yourself, everyone. We're about to get out of Europe, and we probably won't see Europe for a little while. Hoping we do see it back 24-25, season 24-25. Definitely not going to see it season 23-24. Sad days. Hopefully 24-25 we're back. But yeah, we're going to wrap things up. Hope you guys have somewhat enjoyed it. I know it's not enjoying, but I can't help it. Times are not very enjoying. Hopefully you guys are all here for the watch along. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. I can't even make a score prediction. I don't even have a score prediction. To be honest, I think Real Madrid's going to win. We can't score goals. We don't really create goals. We can't defend. So make that for what you want to make it to be. I'll catch you guys soon. See ya.